Okay, now I think we're live. Whew, probably for real. Whatever, Tim's got squeaky doors and clicks and whatnot over there. We got to get you a new mic again. Whatever,
Yeah, no, I just need to repair mine and actually figure out how to solder things, and also probably just neutralize my roommate. That's the main cause for most of the background.
It's a huge difference between the two different kinds of mics. I can't even remember. One's condenser and one's dynamic, I believe. I don't even remember which one's which. But man, when I had that Blue Yeti, and yeah, like, everyone says it's such a great mic, and it is if you're in the quietest room on the planet. But if there's, you can hear breaths, you can hear mouse clicks, you can hear somebody in the next room. Ugh, it's disgusting. So, as soon as I switch to this, it's a game changer. I listened to way back, I want to say episode 40. You weren't there, Tim. I interviewed Paul Pway. At the time, he was the CEO of Airbits, and they've rebranded to Edge Wallet lately. But I listened to that old episode, which would have been on the Yeti. And even on my phone, like, if I was wearing headphones, like, yeah, I would probably pick up some more of the background noise and it would annoy me more or whatever. But even just listening on my phone, I could hear just like the air conditioning or who knows what in whatever room I was. I was not a fan. I mean, I should have done noise removal. I've learned how to do that a little bit better lately. But all that to say, yeah, Tim, you need a new mic.
Yeah,
it makes a huge difference, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I can hear your, your chair rocking or your drawers freaking opening and closing. Who knows what? I can hear it all. Scratching your beard, I could just hear. Yeah, that.
Even though it's completely invisible as far as the beard goes.
Anyway, what's up, Tim? Besides that.
Well, besides you.
Hey, I think I do this every week, but I'm burning up. I need to turn this fan on. So you start telling everyone about your life, and I'll be right back.
He's burning up. Well, besides Daniel making me sink further into a depression because of my mic, and now that the better mic is kind of just staring at me. Really, the only problem with it is that the USB connector, the plastic popped out, and I need to resolder the connectors for that. But as far, Jesus Christ, and because I have a bumbling idiot as a roommate who cannot do anything.
You like how I always plan that every week just so I don't have to listen to how your week was?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what a lot of people do. I get tired also of any time somebody tells me that people care about me and they go, see, yeah, and somebody asked about you. I'm like, okay, what does that tell me? How, this is because they're bored. They're not asking this because they act like, maybe they do care, maybe they don't, but just asking about something isn't really anything besides just a way to pass the time. Most people's conversations are just like podcasts where you're trying to fill up a time with somebody until Daniel doesn't have to talk to me anymore. So just remember that. Always remember that nobody ever wants to talk to you and everybody hates you. And yeah, so I'm
Tim's
going
our
away
resident
from my
optimist over here.
I'm going away from my attempt at positivism, and going full just everything's terrible. Well, it's very nice. I don't think the sun has been out in Pittsburgh for like 48 hours. For the last
nothing.
14 hours, it has just been 40 degrees and not pounding rain so that people cancel the work that I have to do, but just a drizzling just to soak you over several different hours.
I don't know why
now my retarded roommate has now taken out everything that I've set up after about 5 minutes because that's a good idea.
Everything that you've set up? What kind of stuff are you setting up over there?
Well, because
got a meth lab going or something?
A meth lab? I would be in a better position in my life if I had a meth lab running. Oh, that was the other thing is last night, there were about 12 cop cars that went right up the street from me because some guy was shooting out his window at police officers, and he's getting charged with assault. Not attempted murder, not any of this. He's getting charged with assault and a domestic thing because his wife and child were in the same room. And then I'm getting $30 parking tickets because they decide to finally clean the fucking road for one time ever, and there's still glass all over every goddamn road in Pittsburgh because everyone's a drunk. Everyone drops things everywhere, and it's not fine. There's no problem with me, but I don't get why we do any of this shit, and then it just falls apart. So yeah, mostly it was the $30 parking ticket, the drizzling rain, and just the
Did you fight it?
Terror of what my life has become. No, I can't fight it. My car was there. There's all these. If you live someplace in like a city, there's always these signs up that say no parking in this block.
You gotta pull like an Ian Freeman and go in there like. So, in your experience, has a speed radar ever been triggered by, say, like a fast-moving leaf?
Yeah, but mine's not a speed radar. I could fight that. Mine is some old lady sitting in her car just going, oh, well, the car's there. We ran a street cleaner through here, and you're in the way, even though this does nothing at all anyway. It's just,
no, I still think you should fight it. I don't care.
What?
Just yeah, you might not win, but it'd be fun. Go down to the courthouse, piss some people off.
No, it wouldn't be fun. Daniel,
you got time. No, you got nothing but time, Tim. I know
what do you
that.
mean I have nothing but time? Nobody is going to side with me. I walk around. Nobody likes me. I look too white. So
exactly. That's what's going to get you off.
No, it's going to get I do well with police officers, and that's why I look like this, so that they don't bother me. But any of the citizens do not like me because I look too white. Regardless of who they are, what race they are, they don't like me automatically because I look like I can say hello to people, and they're like, get the fuck out of my face, cracker. Fuck you. I walk dogs around. I'm walking puppies around, and people are like, fuck you and your dog. Your dog can kiss my ass. I'm like, it's not my dog. Whatever, man. I don't just get away from me. You're in anyway.
I stopped.
Yeah, it's not going to go over well for me because as soon as I get on a camera, Daniel, you know what's going to happen? They're like, oh, this sovereign citizen over here is trying to fight for kill him now. You know how well that story would do if there was any kind of this guy, you already have enough privilege. What are you talking about? Everything works out for you. Every goddamn story I hear from anybody is always about how well. Oh, that's the other thing, and this hasn't happened recently, but talking about whenever I did stand up and all this shit, people would be like, well, see, you're not funny because, like, you have to go through some shit to be a comedian. All comedians, they're so
Tim
dark.
Hasn't been through anything in life.
They're so deep because they've just gone through things. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, they're the middle-class suburbs people. These are the people that are becoming comedians, and every person I've ever talked to always goes to the thing about how, other people don't get things. People just don't understand how hard things were. You need to have a gut check every now and again. I'm like, what kind of gut check are you talking about?
What have you been through, Tim? Anything? What? Have you been through anything? What would you say is the biggest thing you've ever been through?
As far as what? Like
life,
angry,
anything.
Sad?
Anything, like the biggest thing in your life.
I mean, probably as far as if I look back on things and go, I really wish I didn't do that, was probably...
No, not necessarily something you wish you didn't do. Maybe it is, but just like...
No, like didn't go through. Like as far as something that changed my worldview or my thinking just by it happening, my grandfather getting Alzheimer's and then just watching him basically just deteriorate as a person over the course of like 2 years.
So do you think that qualifies you to be a comedian?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not arguing. I was a bad comedian. I wasn't good at it because eventually I was just I don't really care, and I'm just shitty at most things I try. I have I'm very consistently above average good at something the first time I try it, and then I don't progress. And whether that's because of a lack of talent or just a lack of work that I put into it, I have a lot of times where people are like, oh, that was good. That was your first time. And I'm like, oh, I feel good. And I do it another couple dozen times, and then people are still like, well, okay, that was nice. What are you doing? Then I act out, and then people get angry at me for saying certain words.
I don't know if that's... I feel like the majority of people would probably identify with that experience. I wouldn't
Shut up! I'm different. I'm iconic, Daniel. I'm trying to build a mythos for myself.
I mean, I've never, run a survey and measured the data, but I could see a lot of people feeling that way. I don't know.
What? Just not progressing with things?
Well,
I mean, that is...
Yeah, feeling like anyone in a dead-end job, they probably loved it for the first 3 months, 6 months, and then they're just like, okay, now what? Or, anyone that went to college, they're like, okay, now I'm going to go get a job, and I got my job, and now what? It's like, I feel I was just going to say, I feel like that's pretty common.
Yeah, no, that's the most obnoxious thing about the internet and about just modern life in general is always wanting to find something that I'm special about, and then just within 2 clicks, I can be like, oh, great. Okay, everybody does
I'm not that guy.
Wonderful. Wait, and then I'm kind of torn in between whether or not that is just the same thing for every other person, or if it is something that, like I wish I could do one or the other. I wish I could just be like, or not. I don't want to say I wish, because I hate it when people start going, oh, I wish I could just believe in something out there. I wish I could believe in God. But I just can't. I'm so intelligent and I'm so smart. I'm like, you're retarded. I've heard these conversations you've had. You're not some kind of outlier. I've never heard you come up with something that you didn't like survey from your whole group of friends or from the internet. But I wish I could go one way or the other of, all right, I'm either going to completely give up and just try to live a completely, here's an example, I guess, because this kind of goes with, I could apply this to all kinds of different things, I guess, but either go full just, all right, I'm going to go live out in the woods, I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to be a legitimate hermit, or go full, okay, I'm going to get a corporate job, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to start using Facebook again. I'm going to use Snapchat so people talk, because nobody texts, Daniel. Nobody is capable of texting, because that's not fun enough. You just have to send pictures back and forth with 3 lines of text beneath it, and then you go, oh, well, see how I'm doing? Why don't you check out my story? Because I went to the gym today, and then I had coffee there, and I had a nice coffee, and that's just nice. Oh, look at this new thing I bought. But I'm too much of a pussy to commit to either one of those things, so I just go, oh, well, I'm just going to have these things on a smartphone and just not use them so I could look like a complete loser. I don't even look like a psychopath. I just look like I literally do nothing, which maybe is the case. Maybe I really don't, but then it doesn't seem like other people are doing all these crazy things and having, they just take the right pictures so that it looks like they're like, you take like a video of a party and it's like that was the only thing that happened at the party was 3 people dancing for like 30 seconds. The rest of the time people were too drunk to do anything, and then prior to that they weren't drunk enough to do anything. And then I'm just going, well, I just want to be something, and then I'm like, well, even this is just regurgitated bullshit of something. And then I got a $30 parking ticket, and it's always going to come back to that, and I'm always going to be like, I just want the $30 back.
And that was Tim's week or 2 weeks. Yeah, because I wasn't here last week. Wait, what? How did that work? Oh, the $30 back. I won a ticket. I'm sure I talked about it on the show. But I remember,
dare him to come try some shit with me.
At the time when I got that money back, I was like, "Oh, great! This makes up for the $80 I lost at the casino last weekend." So it comes and it goes. Sometimes you get the bear, and sometimes the bear gets you.
So that's the thing. I don't know when the last time I got the bear was. That's the bear keeps getting me, and the bear's eating me alive.
Okay, no, there has to be one good thing that happened in your life. Nah, never mind. You're right.
Nope, never. I've been so oppressed, and I walk around and people spit on me.
Have you ever done keto?
Yeah, I mean, I try to do that all the time. I've never been able to
Wait,
test
try
it.
as in like I do it for a week and then I give up, or try as in like that's actually what I am for the most part.
That's what I've been doing. Probably for like 3 years. I've been doing partial that at least, like maybe like definitely under 100 grams of carbs a day. Probably closer to like under 50 or something.
Plan or do you cheat? Like, because I feel like any time I've gone out with I'm rarely home lately, but I feel like any time I've been home and hung out with you, you'd gladly go buy a giant thing of fries or whatever.
No. That's like I get very fat very quickly. Like to gain weight without it just being me, because that's what I'm trying to do right now, is gain some weight before then, just because it's just rainy and I'm covered in hoodies and everything anyway. To gain weight without it just being like, you remember me as a child, those like man tits come back really quickly. And it's not that I don't have like what you would imagine, like a fat, normally like a fat. I've only seen like a couple people. That's the one thing I am special about, is that I have these strangely like cone-shaped tits that just kind of I look like I have tits out of like a National Geographic thing if I gain weight at all. But back to the keto thing, I haven't. That's partly why even over the past couple of years I haven't drank consistently. I haven't drank for a while, just because I don't want to go hang out with people. Like, I kind of just gave up on it ever being enjoyable for me, because it's not really, it doesn't really help me socialize. It just puts me into this like vague kind of oblivion state where I just want to sleep, and it's just straight sugar and everything. But the keto cheating, I'd have like 2 years ago, I'd have like probably like a frozen pizza maybe once a week.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time I'd be eating pretty clean. But it was, the milk and all that stuff has the carbs in it. But what I was saying as far as trying is, I used to have keto strips, like the things you piss on.
Yeah.
And it just never worked. Like, I would go, I don't know how long it takes, and I don't think those are the best way to measure it anyway, because I would go multiple days without having really any carbs, at least as far as I could track, and it would never do anything.
Isn't it supposed to take like 3 or 4 days at least?
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, okay. I would go, why? Like, because again, for all of the stuff that I talk about not being able to continue to work on and progress and stuff, I am decently good at diet and exercise, just because I know what a mess I become if I'm not. And I'm so tied into the idea that I'm not that mess, that I'm just like, no, you don't eat that, you don't do that, you don't do whatever. But what was your original question about that?
I was just asking if you did keto originally.
Okay. I've tried it. I've gotten away from it a little bit sometimes, just because, like, I like just kind of constantly experimenting with whatever I'm eating, or what I'm like. Now every morning I eat like 3, not chew, I dry swallow like 3, not full cloves, but like the individual pieces of garlic.
Wait.
I'll do like kind of fasting where I eat.
Wait, did you say dry swallow, not chew garlic?
Yeah, well, not dry swallow.
Where on earth did you get that idea? What is that supposed to do?
Well, mostly Twitter stuff, but then I have read some things that talk about, there are some pretty well established things with garlic and blood pressure and like blood flow. And there's also supposed to be there's less well documented, but again, I've read things about and there's the blood flow and all this stuff and the blood pressure and helping with that. The garlic stuff is pretty, like I said, it's pretty much mass believed, which doesn't really mean that it's true necessarily because there's a lot of other stuff. The bread, the food pyramid still has pasta at the bottom. There's like all of that. But I've read studies with like garlic and stuff like that about in mice. As long as there's a certain amount of protein added to it, it helps with other things. One of them being like testosterone production.
Wait, added to the garlic?
No, but in your diet. I've also looked at my blood type as far as like I on average, people with my blood type have a higher stomach acid amount. Not constant. It might be concentration. I'm not really sure how to put that.
pH or something.
Yeah, and because of that, I'm a little bit more adapted to just eating fats and meat, which is what I was going to do anyway. I eat like twice a day. I just eat like 1,500 calories at a time. I eat big giant meals, but not very many. But I just like that's how distant this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like I could live if I had access to food like a regular grocery store, I could just live in the woods and it wouldn't change my daily life. Like I say hello to people. I talk to people pretty much on a daily basis. I like to think I'm not a complete social retard, but I'm doing enough things where I'm just like, wow, this is interesting to me. This is fun to do. But so I don't. Maybe I'm distracting myself from not being able to have a more fulfilling life, and that's what I'm trying to fill it with garlic and ice cream.
And ice cream. You cheat on ice cream, or you?
Well, no, I don't cheat on ice cream because I've also found the ice cream doesn't seem to affect my weight. I don't know the exact amount I have. I basically fill up one of the cups I have here, but I have ice cream every night, and I take that. I eat that.
Hold on. You're claiming you do keto all the time, and you have ice cream every night.
I did realize that like halfway through when I was talking. I was trying to get away from that. I haven't been doing like actual keto for a while because like I was like, well, this is kind of dumb. Maybe I don't need to do this as strictly as I'm doing. I should probably do less carbs though, just because it seems like my tits don't grow as much. But the ice cream, the ice cream is not that calorie dense compared to like how we look at it as. Like most people are just like, yeah, you eat ice cream, you're this fat fuck, and it's just like, well, no, it's probably more the reason why you're fat is because you're eating granola all day because you think it's a healthy snack alternative, and then you're getting a Starbucks cup of coffee in the morning with a couple dozen sugars and creams. But no, the ice cream every night, and then I mean this is one of the only useful things I've actually found out. But there's it's an amino acid, but it's a glycine, which amino acids are normally for like muscle building. They help to kind of they help repair them a little bit quicker. Branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, is like a common supplement that people take. This normally isn't in those, but glycine has like a calming effect. So it's one of the few things that I found that besides booze that will reliably put me to sleep.
Is that what people are referring to when they talk about hypoglycemia?
No, hypoglycemia is something to do with sugar. Okay. I think. I'm not really sure though.
All right. Well, yeah, I think I'm
low blood sugar. Sorry.
I think I'm about to make it somewhat official for a few weeks anyway. I I've been a fan of keto for years, and I've never made it official, but I've always been like, loved to have eggs, bacon, like, and when I cook now my wife cooks for me, and we do have pasta more than I probably would have chosen. But when I cooked for myself, I would gladly go a week or 2 or 3 at a time with nothing but like burgers, no buns, and yeah, like I said, bacon and maybe lettuce wraps. I didn't eat a ton of veggies really at all. So it really was like meat and cheese for weeks at a time. But I do think, like I said, I never did it officially, but any of those times where I did stumble into that for a week or 2 at a time without really cheating, I do strongly believe that I felt better, I slept better, my mood was better. And so anyway, my wife heard about it some more lately, and she figured we could give it a shot. And so I'll report back, but I was just curious. I know it's a big thing in the crypto space.
Eat some vegetables with that, or else you're not. Especially if you're just eating straight meat and cheese all the time. Unless maybe you don't have an issue with that, but I can't shit with that. Then I eat like a ton of. I eat like a full. I don't know how big. I think it's like a 10-ounce bag of frozen broccoli and cauliflower a day. I eat one of the big bags of spinach almost every single day, and then I eat a bunch of sauerkraut just to offset the fact that I eat like 5 eggs and a bunch of steak every single day.
Wait, a big bag of spinach every day?
Yeah, because I cook it.
Holy balls.
I don't know if it's saute or what you would call it. I just cook it in coconut oil. Because you can fill like a big pan of it, and then it cooks down to like maybe the size of your fist.
Okay, all right.
Just because it's like there's not that much in spinach. That's a lot of the vegetable stuff. Everyone's like, you just need to, again, with the food pyramid, have more vegetables than fruit, but you don't need to go crazy on them. You kind of need to go crazy on them. I don't know if that's because of how shitty our vegetables are in this kind of like mass produced agriculture, or if it's like just spinach doesn't have an individual leaf. Isn't like I'll see somebody eating like a spinach salad, and it's like this little handful. I mean, that's not doing anything, but okay.
The other thing for me, speaking of ice cream and my habits back in the day, well, like I said, when I was feeding myself, I could go a week or 2 at a time at least with no sugar whatsoever, no pop, no cake, no cookies, and man, did that feel good. I mean, no, you would lose your cravings. Like, you wouldn't be like getting home from work like, oh, where's the Cheez-Its? I need some Cheez-Its. So I love going no sugar, but holy cow, if I could only cheat with one thing for the rest of my life, it would be ice cream without a doubt. And the weird thing is, no, okay. There were plenty of, I was going to say, I didn't, like you said, I kind of didn't really notice a ton of negative effects, but that's actually not true. Mostly it was my sleep. If I ate ice cream right before I went to bed, then I wouldn't sleep as good. I think that's the biggest effect it had on me.
Like you'd stay awake? Or
no, maybe. No. The worst was I wouldn't be able to wake up in the morning. That's where it would get me. Like my alarm would go off like 12 times, and I'm just like in pain. Like I literally don't want to move. Which part of that is I'm hypothyroid, and so I know that feeling. Whenever I don't take my thyroid medication, I know that feeling. I know what it's like to just lay in bed and like, man, my family loves to like yell at me. Obviously, I'm not home as much lately, but like in high school and college, everyone was constantly like, "Get up, we have to go, get up," and they thought I was like just being disobedient by laying in bed. But I like physically, I mean, I could, I was. It's not like my muscles weren't working, but man, was it hard to wake up, and they would, they'd love to just be like, "What are you doing? It's like we have to leave in 3 minutes. Get up!" Like that was every day for me, and that's how I feel if I eat too much ice cream right before bed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's definitely if you're eating like an entire carton every single night, but I think that is because I was surprised I hadn't bought ice cream in so long, and then probably like 3 months ago, because I needed something to eat with the glycine that wasn't just a bunch of bread. Because like you were saying, your cravings I don't really even want. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want a sandwich just for convenience though, just because I don't want to make something. But it's if I have a choice, like I can buy bread anytime I want, but I'm never like, oh yeah, because I just won't eat the whole thing.
Right.
But if you're taking the glycine, unless you take some carbs with it, it'll kind of fuck up your stomach, and you'll just shit everything out. So the ice cream. But when I looked at the ice cream thing, because again, I heard about it before and eating it and it not being that bad for you, and I was like, that's kind of probably bullshit, whatever. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, I thought like a carton of ice cream had like 4 servings in it. And I know they do some weird things with the serving size, but there's like 9 servings in a regular serving size of ice cream, and it's like 350 calories. So as long as you don't eat half of the carton or more, you're not, at least with how my diet is, because again, I'm eating a lot of stuff in one little sitting, which probably isn't good, and I sometimes cram things together a little bit too much. But as long as you're not doing that, it's not that bad, and as long as you're not getting like cotton candy ice, like if you just get just plain, like what kind of ice cream do you like?
Man, anything. Mint, Oreo, cookie dough.
All right, well, then you can start running into problems with the Oreo.
But I'm also completely content with vanilla, and then I load it up with peanut butter.
Okay.
So for whatever that's worth.
I like chocolate.
Is peanut butter? Is peanut butter? Where's that fall in keto? Is that like you can have all you want? You can have some.
Nah, well, it depends. Peanut butter is one of those things where, like most regular peanut butters are just
sugar. They add a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, like a lot of sugar. It's a lot of.
I need to check because I've been making my own. I just get dry roasted peanuts and make it from those. But I don't know if there's sugar in if they still add sugar, they might. I have no idea.
They shouldn't with dry roasted. The problem with peanut butter is that it's not a nut necessarily. It's a legume, which isn't strictly keto. It's more like a bean.
Yeah.
The calorie amounts and the nutrition isn't the same as like a pinto bean because there's not as much carbs, but there's still something in it. But peanut butter isn't strictly keto. Like if you got like a personal trainer or someone to like lay out a diet, and then you were like, I want to be strictly keto, and then you're like, well, I'm eating a bunch of peanut butter. Like, no. But I mean, again, it's better than most of what people are. It's better than going to probably most any of this stuff. One, if the food that we were eating was less a part of this gigantic industrialized system where they're just like, we need to pump out as much food as possible because all these fat people are eating everything and we just got to get everything to them. If it was that, and also as long as you're cooking your own food, you're going to run into less trouble because anytime you go out to eat, they load up everything with any kind of bread or potatoes.
Yeah, fries. I hate when they give me fries. I'm like, I mean, if I've been bad and I'm getting these cravings, like, sure, I'll eat all the fries. But in general, it's like, that's not even, that costs you like 6 cents to fill up 2/3 of my plate with fries. Yeah. I want more meat.
I get angry at diners because of how much potatoes they put on.
It's like, I don't even want those. Just give me like 3 patties and no fries.
Yeah. A lot of the problems I think with people's weight is, again, like I said, with they're drinking the calories, which that's
going to be a tough one. I do like beer.
Okay, yeah, beer is a big one. Any kind of booze is a big thing.
And the problem is also if I give up beer, I'm probably going to want some liquor probably more than I should, and that.
I mean, liquor's better than beer. Liquor's
well, in terms of the diet, yeah,
beer.
but I mean in terms of alcohol intake, I don't want to.
Well, I get a lot drunker if I've drank, although I haven't drank beer in so long, but I get drunker if I drink beer because I don't notice it. I don't drink it and go ugh immediately. Liquor kind of has again, this has to do with having your own. If you just get a bottle of liquor versus going, yeah, no, give me a rum and coke that has
for $9.50.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Some blah blah blah. Eating stuff.
Liquor.
Oh,
alcohol
drinking.
Intake.
Yeah, and I think I've said this on here before. Like my dad, he's not I don't want to be too mean to him, but he's not the most intelligent person as far as when it comes to thinking about something. Like he's definitely someone who I hope it's a willful ignorance to some things. As far as if I don't think about it, I don't have to feel bad about it. But he was talking to me one time and just asking me questions about stuff and being like, well, how can you get fat on soda if there's no fat in it? And I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, the soda, not even soda. A lot of people will be like, yeah, no, soda's terrible. But then they will just drink a coffee that has so much stuff in it.
I'm so glad I can't. I guess even though I've had,
you don't do well with dairy, or you don't like dairy.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I can do ice cream and cheese, but I'm not going to drink milk or cream. Like I said, since I've been married, my wife, she's not or until now, she wasn't aware or interested in anything like ketogenic. So we've had plenty of pasta and more bread than I would have chosen. But sugar, I've been pretty good for several years with sugar. I rarely have pop, and if someone makes a batch of cookies, okay, I'll eat the cookies for a week straight. But other than that, I mean, that's only once every few months. In general, I'm pretty good about sugar lately. No pop. I love what's it called? Seltzer water. I can usually pass on cake, but pasta and bread I've been having more than I probably would like.
I mean, this is an aside, but that other people are also one of the reasons for why people are fat is because one, I think people do just kind of if they're thinking they're eating too much, they definitely want other people to eat too much with them. But then also, anytime I've just stopped really eating, unless it's a Thanksgiving or a Christmas family get together, then I'll eat some of the stuff. But if I go over, I help people move something. If it's just a dumb little, we're having lunch today, which again, that shows how my mindset is, where I'm like, that's stupid. What are you doing? But I just don't. And then people are like, aren't you hungry? I'm like, nah, I'm not really hungry. Well, why not? We never see you eat. I'm like, do I look like I'm going to die? I'm not skinny. I don't look frail. People do sometimes take that as an offense to them. Where you don't want to eat my food. I'm like, well, no, I don't want to eat your mac and cheese tater tot casserole dish
with breadcrumbs.
That you made, and then there's a ranch side to it, and there's kielbasa in it. I'm like, yeah, okay.
That does sound good, though. That does sound good.
I'm over casserole. My mom wasn't very much of a cook. She does a lot of baking with cakes and cookies around the holidays, but she was never very much of a cook. And I've had enough of my hamburger helper casseroles throughout my life. So I'm pretty much over that. Her and my grandmother always liked making just random casserole dishes. That's the other thing I've been eating a lot, besides the steak, just steak and ground. I've been eating, I I always thought I'd hate it, but I started eating like liver and onions, which combined with the garlic probably makes me smell awful in public. But I do like that a lot, like some sweet onions, some garlic, throw that in a pan, fry that for a little bit, then throw some liver in there, cook that real quick, because it's not, I don't know what I thought it would be like. Part of the problem is it goes bad so quickly, so it's hard to really get, I mean, I've never gotten it fresh. I've always just gotten it frozen. But it's good. It's nice and tender. If you cook it with the sweet onions, it has a nice little sweet taste to it.
What kind of liver is it?
I think I've only bought calf liver, so maybe that's why it's a little bit more tender. No, I don't think so. I'm
assuming it's all about the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the organs change too much as far as if they're kept penned up. But the one thing with that stuff, you can't eat that too much because, I mean, you're just getting, well, I mean, part of the reason why liver's good is because you're getting all the nutrients the animal had, all that stuff, but then also you're getting all of the toxins or whatever they fed it kind of in a concentrated form. So you're not supposed to eat it, I think, more than like again, the normal guidelines are like, don't eat it more than once a month, but eat all of the bread you want. Eat all of the just make sure you get a lot of bread. Wake up and immediately stuff your face with cereal.
Like 11 servings or something.
Is that what it is? I don't
know, but it is wild.
Wake up, eat some cornflakes, go to work. You know, if you just need a little thing to tide you over, have a little piece of toast. Do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure I'll be reporting back, and we'll see. Thanksgiving and Christmas, though, those are definitely going to be cheat weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Yeah, like I was saying, it's hard not to, or else people start having like, well, don't you think you're better than us? I've had people say that to me even at family get-togethers. If I'm like eating like carrots off of a plate or something, like, you're making us feel bad. Like, just shut up.
Good.
Just don't look at me.
Good.
I don't want to. Yeah,
you are bad. All right. I guess we officially joined the crypto meat club here today.
No, I mean, I've been there. I led the charge there, but silently. Again,
I mean publicly here on the podcast, because I don't know why. I guess it's just because it's like an alternative mindset. But yeah, a ton of people in crypto love keto or paleo or carnivory or whatever. So, and we like I said, we covered it way back in episode 40, and here we are again.
We always come back around to the truth. But no, yeah, get your meat, get your ice cream, and get your glycine, and then you'll be making trades. Amazing.
Making trades. Speaking of making trades, very interesting that you would say that, Tim.
Yeah, look at me tying things in.
Guys, our sponsor today, speaking of meat, eToro. Toro would be a bull, which is meat, if you didn't know that. Screen share. There we go. Guys, eToro is our sponsor. We thank them very much for supporting us. You can find them at meandbtc.com/trade. I am up quite a bit in the past 2 weeks. Still not in the black, but up. I want to say I was down to like 89,000 last time we recorded. And now I'm up to 96.3. I'm going to be pretty pissed if Tim is still ahead of me, but I'm afraid he might be. Tim, if you want to whip out your big old screen share, we'll see where you're at here.
Whip it out. All right, there you go. I am above you. Well, I don't really get what's up down here where it says the total funds allocated are 101,000.
Yeah, maybe you took some profit and reallocated it. I don't know. Or you're a cheater.
Okay,
Did you message them for more virtual funds?
No, I definitely should have, though. No, it's because Stellar's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend you dump that. But now I'm just saying that so that if you win, I can say it's because I told you to dump it.
Yeah.
And if you lose,
down, Daniel. It's down. It's down over the day, although it is up quite a bit.
So yeah, eToro is a social trading platform. And guys, we mentioned this a few weeks back, or a few months back at this point, and then they told us it wasn't fully launched yet, and we couldn't talk about it for a while, but now we can because it is launched, and Alec Baldwin can talk about it, so I guess we can too. Copy trading. It is some pretty crazy stuff. You can literally copy the portfolio of your favorite traders, and your money will do what their money does. Or you can become someone to be copied and get some profits when people copy you. It's pretty crazy. It's a real thing. You can find it at eToro. But yeah, my favorite thing, of course, without a doubt, is this here virtual portfolio. We've been talking about it for a couple months now, and I'm a huge fan. If you can type fast, you can have a $100,000 virtual portfolio in less than 2 minutes. I promise you, it's possible. And it's crazy, man. They got 15 cryptos you can trade. They've actually existed for longer than Bitcoin. They know what they're doing in the fintech space, and they've got some great technology, great platform, great charts, great features, and it's just amazing. So check them out again, youmeandbtc.com/trade. Here is my virtual portfolio. Everything is red because I closed out some greens. I was green. I every week I let Tim tell me to waste money on something, and then it tends to go up, and so I dump it.
I'm trying to blame this on me.
No, I was saying that your picks were all green for me.
Okay, good.
So I dumped them. So yeah, hit me up, Tim. I guess I can spare. I'm a little low on available assets here, but I'll see what I can do. Hit me up with I don't know. I'll do like 200 and 200 if you want to give me 2 cryptos to blow my load on.
Let me look at the.
They got a news feed here, guys. You can post articles, see other people's comments. You can comment on comments, and yeah, discuss different prices. BTC, speak different languages if you want.
What about Dash and Ripple?
Okay, I'm on it. 200 of each. Here we go. 200 Dash, and I got to go to the other. I got to go find Ripple because I no longer hold any. View all crypto coins. Ripple, XRP. Where you at here? Ooh, there it is. Buy. 200. It is this easy, folks. This easy. There we go. Thanks for joining us, guys. It's been a blast. I love you. You love me.
What a wonderful, happy family.
Exactly.
Keto family.
Tim, how about you close us off here? I'm still on screen share, so you got the full screen right now. Tell us something fun and say goodbye. And once again, thanks eToro. Find them at youmeandbtc.com/trade.
Well, something fun.
Don't sing though. That'd be.
Definitely don't sing. This is a little bit easier for Daniel than it is for me. But we were talking about all this dietary stuff and everything. If you can't go out, if you can't do what I'm about to say, definitely get some like vitamin D supplements. Take.
That's
don't
what people
get,
call
really,
me sometimes.
They call you
for
vitamin
multiple
D.
reasons.
Oh, I don't want to think about who calls you that. But yeah, get some vitamin Daniel. Get some. I think normally the D3 is cheaper. Are you D3 or just regular vitamin D?
Just regular D. No.
Okay.
Wait, regular. Is there a regular? There's D3 and D2. My doctor told me not to take D2. Take D3 instead.
Well, I think D3 is normally cheaper because it's animal derived. D2 is like if you have an ethical issue with taking things from animals, and it's just more expensive because it's harder because plants just don't make it as much. But get some vitamin D supplementation, especially we're going into the winter. If you don't want to be pissed off like me, take some more of that stuff. If you can, as much as you can, just go out and even
How
if
much
it's cold.
do you take?
I think it's 5,000. I think the capsules are like 5,000 IU or whatever that stands for.
And how often do you take it?
I take it daily. I take it with some
5,000. That's like as high as dose as you can take. So that's what my doctor prescribed for me.
Really?
And I did it for like 6 months, and I went back and I was like, so do I need to keep taking this much? And he like looked at the chart and he's like, oh, no.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of it being something that's like.
No, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm sure it's not going to kill you.
Iron is something because my stupid doctor was like, yeah, just take this iron supplement. Like, for how long? For the rest of your life, you have low iron. And then I eventually looked it up. And it's like, yeah, don't do that. You're going to die if you take that. So thank you again, Dr. Leibensberger. You're a wonderful
Google
man.
Dr. beats Dr. Leibensberger every time.
But yeah, take some vitamin D supplements it'd be good if just go out and tan a little bit, get some sun on you, whether or not, like, it's just nice to feel sun on you. And then also it makes you look better because you have a little bit more of a tan. You're not pasty like me. I noticed as soon as it started getting colder and as soon as it's cloudier now, I've gone right back to constantly looking red. I look ashamed every single time I look at somebody because I've lost any kind of tan on my face. And then also it's just better for you. So just get some tanning in.
All right.
You'll feel wonderful. You're going to like the way you look down here at Men's Warehouse Tanning Salon.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah.
Get your manufactured vitamins and get your natural vitamins all together.
Yeah. Make your neighbors uncomfortable. Wear like a Speedo, depending on if you're male or female. I mean, if you're wearing a female, wear a Speedo too. I'm
not clicking any buttons until Tim says goodbye, so he's got the mic here for.
Besides that, I don't know. Have a good week. Don't let people who give you $30 tickets. Don't let them get you down. Just go, all right. The world's coming at me. I'm gonna come back strong at them. And just always remind yourself of that. But anyway, have a good week, guys. Thanks and bye.
All right, there you have it. Bye. Oh, jeez.